Hey you all, it's Sis, and I'm wearing my favorite t-shirt, the Did You Die? Because it's a good reminder for us to be present and for us to be in a space of gratitude and understanding. And so um, I wanted to delve deeper into what it means to release, beyond letting go, beyond surrendering. I think another part of us releasing is forgiveness. Forgiveness for self, forgiveness for others, but primarily forgiveness of self and the narratives that we have allowed ourselves to carry for too long. Not just for the narratives, but for the mindsets, the attitudes, the behaviors. So, for me in particular, as a Black woman, as a woman of color, it's almost been ingrained within societal structures for us to take up the least amount of space. So, you're a director in an agency. You fought hard, you sacrificed hard, you put all your effort and energy into getting into this position. But you recognize that this is few and far between. So instead of necessarily advocating for your needs when you need to, you kind of acquiesce, or you kind of shrink yourself, or you kind of dim yourself. Or you get this particular opportunity and it's, oh, because I recognize this is not common, I will make sure I'm not making a ripple, making an issue or something. And so oftentimes the same people, the same women of color, the same Black women who are acquiescing, who are abdicating positions, who are shrinking themselves or dimming their lights, they're the same ones who are holding the most space and the most capacity for others. And I can't begin to explain how many times I've been at work in a professional setting where I'm advocating, brokering, and fighting for either my direct reports or colleagues, or even sometimes with upper management, and simultaneously having to broker for myself and simultaneously having to remind myself that I am worthy of advocacy, even self-advocacy, that I'm worthy of making sure that my needs are addressed, especially after they're identified. And so I'm in a precarious situation. God always provides opportunities for me to learn. I call them life lessons and lessons of understanding, where I have to push myself forward or push myself up my own totem pole because I'm a giver, because I'm an empath, and so often I'm giving and supporting and loving others, and not always giving to me, not always loving me fully, not always advocating for myself as I so easily do for others. And so I'll talk a little bit more at a later date because I don't tend to share information when I'm presently in a place. You know how people are like, oh yeah, I'm dropping my location, I'm here. Mm-mm. I only share things after I've left a place. And so I'll talk a little bit more about that, but I will say that give yourself the opportunity to forgive yourself for narrative you carry too long, for feign in inaccurate and false mindsets and attributes, the shame and guilt that you carried that was out of your control, that did not serve you well. And so you're frustrated because you carried it for so long when you knew that you should have let it go. Forgive yourself for that. Forgive yourself for not advocating and brokering for yourself like you do for other people. Forgive yourself for being frustrated with yourself for things outside of your control. For me personally, it's my health. It's the health for me. And so I'm a fairly healthy person. Like, I don't get the flu. I don't get, like, common things. But my uterus has a good old day, a good old time. And so I've been managing some conditions probably for over 18 years. Yeah, over 18 years. Has it been 18 years? I think it has. Yeah, it's been 18 years. And for me, sometimes it's challenging because I don't want to present as a burden or a weight for people I love and care about. So my parents, my family, my close friends. And so oftentimes I will silently suffer or silently manage my own health affairs. And then, like I mentioned, God provides opportunities for things to come up. And so, of course, when those opportunities arise, when those times arise, those instances, those circumstances arise, then you're kind of forced to rely on other people. You're kind of forced to depend on other people. And that's okay. One thing I'll say, another thing I'll say, is forgive yourself for trying to be Superwoman all the time. Forgive yourself for trying to do the most all the time. Forgive yourself for not checking in with your body when you knew something was wrong, when you knew something was off. Forgive yourself for not taking sacred rest when you knew you should have been resting because you were exhausted and exacerbated from everything you've been doing. Forgive yourself for not treating you well. Forgive yourself. And so I'm sending all the love and all the care, and I'm going to delve more into it because we keep talking about defining what release means. And we've gone from letting it go, we've gone to surrendering, and now we're in the space of what it means to forgive, forgiveness within this theme of release. But as I mentioned, release anything that no longer is serving you well, release the mindsets, and forgive yourself. Give yourself some grace and forgive yourself for things you knew you should not have done, or forgive yourself for things you knew you should have done but you didn't because you didn't think you were worthy. Because you are. You're worthy of all the love, all the advocacy, all the support, all the care. You are not a weight, you're not a burden, you're not a liability. It is an honor and a gift to exhibit love outside of your being. And so when you have the opportunity and their circumstances arise where people can love on you and support you, allow them. And then forgive yourself for thinking you could do it all by yourself this whole time. Okay, I love you all so much. Take care. Bye.